So, you've got AI skills. That's huge. But what if your career could be more than just a single paycheck? In this explainer, we're going to map out exactly how you can turn that technical know-how into multiple streams of income, all without quitting your day job.
First up, we're going to talk about the risk of having all your eggs in one basket. Then we'll dive into 3 awesome paths you can take: selling your services, sharing your knowledge, and finally, making the big bet on building your own product. And by the end, you'll have a really clear idea of where you can start.
So let's kick things off with the big why. Why should you even think about doing more work? Well, it all boils down to the problem with relying on just one paycheck.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Is your 9 to 5 the only thing keeping you afloat? For a lot of us, the honest answer is yeah, but maybe it shouldn't be.
You know that feeling of security you get from a regular salary? Well, it can vanish in a heartbeat. Things like layoffs or company shakeups can happen out of nowhere, and suddenly, that safety net is gone.
But hey, the good news is you don't have to wander around in the dark trying to figure this all out. This whole breakdown is based on 5 years of actually doing this stuff, the successes and the failures, so you get a clear roadmap and can skip all the guesswork.
Okay, let's get into the solutions. The first path is probably the most straightforward way to start making extra cash. You just sell the skills you already use every day.
Now, there's a really important difference to understand here. On one hand, you've got freelancing. That's you at the keyboard, coding, building models, doing the work. It's great, but you're trading time for money, so there's a ceiling on what you can earn. But then there's consulting. This is where you level up. You're not just doing, you're advising on strategy. And here's the magic part, it's scalable. You can hire other freelancers to do the hands-on stuff, which frees you up to find more clients. It's a total game changer.
So, how do you get that first client? It's simpler than you might think. Seriously, don't try to learn some brand new skill. Just offer to do what you already do at your day job. The 2 best ways to get started: first, just tell your network you're open for business. Referrals are pure gold. And second, hop on platforms like Upwork. There are literally companies on there right now looking for someone with your exact skills.
All right, on to path number 2. This one isn't about selling your time directly. It's about packaging and selling your expertise.
And this is the classic playbook for how it works. You start by creating free stuff: YouTube videos, blog posts, whatever you enjoy. You're just giving away value. Then you offer something extra, like a free ebook, in exchange for an email address. And boom, just like that, you've got an email list. That list is your direct line to people who trust you, and it's where you can eventually offer paid courses or services. It's a super powerful system.
So what kind of paid stuff are we talking about? Teaching is a massive opportunity. And just look at the price jumps here. You could start with a self-paced, pre-recorded course. That's a great product. But if you do a live course with a cohort of students, the value and the price goes way up because they get direct access to you. And the top of the mountain? Corporate training. We're talking 5-figure deals to teach a whole company.
And that brings us to our final path. This one is different. It's not about your time or your direct knowledge. It's about building a machine that works for you. This is the big bet.
Building your own software product? This is your home run swing. The risk is high, for sure. Most products fail. But if you hit it, the upside is completely uncapped. It's not limited by your hours in the day. It's an asset that can grow exponentially.
Now, this might sound crazy, but having a full-time job is actually your secret weapon here. Why? Because that steady paycheck covers your bills. It gives you a safety net. It means you can afford to try and fail, and then try again and again without going bankrupt. You can just keep taking shots on goal.
So, what are the odds? Let's be real. For your very first product, the chance of success is only about 10%. Not super encouraging, I know.
But, and this is a huge but, watch what happens if you stick with it. If you build 5 different products, your chance of having at least one of them succeed jumps all the way to 41%. All of a sudden, the odds are starting to look a lot better.
And this is where it gets wild. If you build 20 products over time, your probability of having at least one winner skyrockets to 88%. See, it stops being about luck and starts being about persistence. It's just a numbers game.
But let's bring it back down to earth for a second. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. The journey is long. As this quote shows, your early results might be, well, pretty humble. And that's okay. The goal at first isn't to make millions. It's to learn, ship, see what works, and do it again.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. We've laid out the 3 main paths. Now comes the most important part, you figuring out where to begin.
So just to recap, here are the 5 hustles we've talked about. You've got freelancing and consulting, which is all about selling your services. You've got creating content and teaching, which is about scaling your knowledge. And then you've got building a product, the big bet on creating an asset.
Each of these has its own mix of risk and reward, of time and effort. There's no one right answer for everybody. There's only the right answer for you, right now. So, looking at these options, what's your first move going to be? Which path are you going to start exploring?